Hi, welcome to Baking with Jay plus Dan.
I'm Jay.
I'm Dan, and today we're making a classic pumpkin roll.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite recipes. It's one of the first things I made as a child. And I made it for Thanksgiving dinner one year, and it's been a hit ever since. So let's get started. We're gonna have 3 large eggs. Put that in your mixing bowl, along with 1 cup of sugar. And you're going to mix that for about 2 to 3 minutes until everything is nice and incorporated. Our sugar and egg mixture is nicely beaten together. Next ingredient, 2/3 cups of pumpkin puree. Just gotta pop that right in the bowl. And you wanna mix that for another 2 to 3 minutes, just until everything is nicely mixed together. Our pumpkin puree, egg, and sugar mixture is nicely incorporated. You can see how that looks. And now we're gonna do the dry ingredients.
Okay, you want to whisk together 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. We threw in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon ginger. There's also a 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg. I think that's what I'm smelling. We did fresh nutmeg, but any ground nutmeg is fine. So you have 1/2 teaspoon of the nutmeg and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So make sure that all blends together. And we'll add it slowly in.
And this part, you can just use a regular hand whisk. You just mix it in by hand because you don't want to overmix the flour mixture. Our flour mixture is nicely incorporated into the batter. See that rich pumpkin texture and color? And now it's time to put it into our pan.
All right, this is a 10 by 15 jelly roll pan. He's gonna scrape it in. We've lined the bottom of the pan with wax paper and just a little bit of butter to tack the wax paper down.
And with the spatula, just start to spread the batter around into the corners. And then to get the batter evenly distributed, just drop it on the counter a couple of times. And then just swirl it in the pan. And there you have it. So this goes into an oven that's been preheated to 375 degrees. And it bakes about 15 minutes, but I would recommend checking after 12. When you touch the center of it, it should spring back, or if you insert a cake tester, it should come out clean.
When the cake comes out of the oven, let it cool for just 5 minutes in the pan.
And then just do a light dusting of powdered sugar over it. You want to do this so that when you start to roll it, it doesn't stick to the towel.
So we're ready to transfer now. We've got another jelly roll pan under here. This looks like the magician's trick. Look at that. Yeah. So you take a tea towel, dust the towel with powdered sugar as well, and then flip this over. You might get covered in powdered sugar at this stage.
So far, so good.
Okay, we're gonna flip it over. Let's see.
Yay,
Oh.
look at that.
Nice. Oh, it
Perfect.
smells good.
So then what you want to do is just find that area where you put the wax paper down and then just gently start to peel it up. It may come off in pieces, that's fine.
So the wax paper has been removed. We took the other pan out from underneath the towel, and Jason's going to show us how to form this roll.
Yeah, so now you just gently start to fold it onto itself. And just take your time. It may take a little bit when you start the roll, but once you get it going. And then you can just start to peel back the towel. And then just start to roll it onto itself. It's very important that you do this while the cake is still warm. That way you get that nice tight roll. And just roll it all the way into the towel and make sure that you leave it to cool completely, seam side down. So while the rolled cake is cooling, it's time to make our yummy cream cheese frosting. In your mixing bowl, have 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese along with 4 tablespoons of butter. Make sure both are at room temperature. And you want to mix that for about 3 to 5 minutes until they're all nicely creamed together. So now the cream cheese and butter has been creaming for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's time to add the next ingredient.
All right, we have 1 cup of sifted powdered sugar. That goes in about 3 slow additions.
So the powdered sugar has been incorporated into the cream cheese and butter mixture. Our last 2 ingredients, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, along with 1/2 teaspoon of salt, just to balance out the sweetness of the powdered sugar. And we're going to give that one final mix, and then this will be ready to spread on our pumpkin roll.
Why do I want to do that? It's time to fill the pump. Wait,
I think it's a different dessert.
Is it this way? No. Okay, it's time to fill the pumpkin roll. Just bring it out of the towel and place it, unroll it gently onto a couple sheets of plastic wrap. We dusted the plastic wrap with powdered sugar, again to keep the cake from sticking.
So I transferred the cream cheese frosting into a piping bag just so that it's easier to pipe out. You can also just use regular old sandwich bag. So just start at the very edge and pipe a border. So then go in, I like to use my offset spatula and just evenly distribute that cream cheese frosting. And smooth it out just to make sure that it has a nice even layer so that when you go to roll, it'll roll nicely.
Our next step before we roll is to add some chocolate chips. It's like we don't think a dessert is a dessert without having chocolate in it. I don't know. So these are mini chocolate chips, semi-sweet. We'll sprinkle an even layer. It takes about a 1/2 cup. You could use any amount you like.
We should test it, make sure they're good.
We were thinking about how it's like when you make cannoli, or you taste the cannoli and every once in a while you get one of those chips. We wanted to have that same effect with this one. So evenly distribute all the way to the edges, and it's time to roll it up.
Yeah, so now you want to start from the edge as closest to you where the roll started when the cake was warm, and just gently start to fold it onto itself. Use the plastic wrap as a guide. You may see a crack or two, that's fine. And then you can just start to roll it with your hands. So because we rolled the cake when it was warm, it retained the shape, so it's easier to roll. And there you go.
So just swivel that onto the plastic wrap.
Make sure it's seam side down and use the remaining plastic wrap to cover that nice pumpkin roll so that it'll keep its shape. Twist the ends off. And this goes into the refrigerator so that it chills overnight or longer, or you can actually freeze it and keep it for a month. And our pumpkin roll has been chilling in the refrigerator. You can see how wonderful that swirl is. And now it's time to consume this delicious goodness.
Oh, I can't wait. Just grab a serrated knife, cut in, do nice portion, because in that way you'll see the roll. It's really, I think, more impressive than, it's easy to do. And
Yeah.
it comes out such an impressive dessert.
And you can actually freeze this for up to a month. It gets even better. Just pull it out for maybe a half hour, let it defrost, and it's ready to enjoy. That great pumpkin flavor with the cream cheese and the chocolate chips. Perfect combo.
Yeah, I'm getting another one. All of the pumpkin pie spice comes through. Oh, it's delightful. So thanks for watching. This has been Baking with J plus Dan. Remember to like, subscribe, and share.
And please always remember to ring that bell.